Hello, Diaz here, founder owner of Greenwood Dental. Welcome back to another episode of What's Up Doc. Today I'm talking about subject that is very close to my heart, which is bullying. Bullying, I have seen it through my whole life and on a personal basis, and I've seen it also in the dental field. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I believe with every circumstance, ugly circumstance, or unfortunate circumstance, there's always an opportunity and there's always something good comes out of it. Things happen for a reason. So the story is about this assistant in Maine that was in a very abusive relationship with her employer, which is a dentist that I worked with and I worked for. When I was in Maine, they gave me, in the beginning of my career, they gave me a hygiene license because my dental license wasn't ready. And I did do hygiene for, I think, 4 months in 2 different practices just to pay the bills and waiting for my dental license to practice dentistry. So the first office, it was horrible. I did the hygiene, I think, twice a week, and I did hygiene, like I said, in another office. And one day I was walking the patient out to the receptionist or the front desk or the business team, and I just saw literally an instrument flying from the doctor's room across the hall. And the assistant that was assisting him came out crying, and so I went to her, knowing me and being me. I am emotionally nosy. I do care, and I'm very sensitive to people's energies and people's vibes. So I approached her, and she was crying. I calmed him down, and she said he just very abusive. He's very, very frustrated. And I saw that, and when I got my dental license, I ended up in an associateship in another town about like half an hour south of there. And she just, something clicked between us, and she liked the way I approach her, and she liked the way my philosophy, and we used to hang out and go to lunch. I'll take her to lunch because she'll be like crying and miserable. And she actually changed jobs and followed me to the dental practice that I end up, working at. And then 2 years after that, I moved with my husband's job. We had to move out of Maine to New Hampshire and Massachusetts. And she followed me again. So, and we became such a good friends, best friend. We're still in touch. And this is about like 20 years ago, or, 19 years, or no, exactly 20 years ago. And she moved away, she retired, and we still talk, and we're still in touch on social media and all that stuff. And we have, friends in common too. So I gained a friend out of that experience. I know that she was miserable, and I know that it was very, abusive, and he was a bully, and I stood up for her against him. And I said, you can't treat people like that, and he's like, well, it's none of your business, blah, blah. So anyways, I tried to fix the situation, but unfortunately it was not, his way or the highway kind of thing. So after that, I noticed that I just attract people that they're not happy with their situation, especially the dental home situation, that end up following me, or they end up with me, or they end up in my life. And that's an amazing thing, because those people that I met out of the ashes of, unfortunate circumstances, and, just despicable environment and behavior, they became an amazing people in my life and great friends, and they have added so much joy and brought so much happiness to me in my life. So that's why I use that concept for every unfortunate, circumstances for some reason, sometimes you end up with amazing people in your life. And that happened to me all the time. Bullying is unacceptable. Bullying is real. Bullying happens on so many different levels, on so many different circumstances in life, whether from, dictatorship, political, to even just kids in kindergarten bullying each other. So we see it on so many different levels, like I said, and we see it all the time. And that's one of the many things that keeps me up at night, how many people getting bullied or getting abused or getting, insulted in their life, and they have to, bite their tongue and just keep going because it's the job that gives them livelihood and they have to pay the bills. So again, in recent conditions, I had, so many people wanting to work for us, and they did not perform very well, not because they're not capable to perform, it's just because they've been conditioned with their circumstances, with their environment, in a certain way that they cannot apply themselves, or they lose self-esteem, or they lose confidence. But if you peel all these layers off and get down to the core of who they are as a human being, they're amazing people. And like I said, they added so much to my life and so much to my profession. I'm very grateful for them. I'm very grateful that they enter my life, and I'm very grateful. I'm kind of like, happy that these circumstances actually occurred, unfortunately, because they end up finding me, and then we end up being an amazing team. But that's not only it. I think bullying comes or stems from somebody that's is very paranoid person. And I learned recently that paranoid people, they feed on chaos and they feed on disruption. And they're very, very distracting. And because they are paranoid, if they don't cause disruption and if they don't cause chaos, they don't feel that they are maintaining their status quo. So it's unfortunate that's the case, but that's where I think it stems from, because every situation that I had to be involved in, whether in personal level, like I said, in family and friends, you meet a lot of people that are not, things don't make sense. Like, why are you acting that way? And then you find out that they had very dark period in their life that conditioned them to be reactive, that conditioned them to be impulsive, that conditioned them to snap. It conditioned them to gain, unfortunately, poor coping skills in life. And some of them, they get lost. Some of them, they use, unfortunate outlets to numb all these circumstances in their lives. So, I don't know how to, explain it, but it is out there all the time. And I cannot even imagine working in dentistry. Like I mentioned in many of my videos, dentistry is a very intimate profession, and you are rubbing shoulders with your team, and you are working in very, very close proximity. To be so close to a person that is abusive, or to work every single day with that person that is a bully, and there's no excuses for it and no reason for it, except because they do have the psychological disorder. And it could have stemmed even from, like, everything starts early childhood, obviously, but it could have stemmed from their own circumstances that taught them how to be paranoid, or taught them how to nurture the paranoia tendency, and that's all they know. And I feel bad for these people, because even though that assistant or other team members that have found me, got the chance to leave and escape that and find a better place, whoever they left behind that caused all that destruction, mental, emotional, psychological destruction to them, they're still in it. So, and some of you might say, well, it's their problem. It is, but it doesn't change the fact that it's sad. It doesn't change the fact that it's unfortunate. It doesn't change the fact that they are causing damage, almost permanent damage to the people or for the people around them. So again, I just wanted to share that with you. And, I hope that helps us understand or be a little bit more kind to the people that we meet and don't judge them as fast as you see them, and try to see through why they're acting that way. Of course, there are limits. I mean, I don't recommend for you to treat somebody who has a chemical imbalance that's not medicated or not under professional help or care. It just because if you see a glimpse of like, this doesn't make any sense, try to spend, for the sake of humanity, try to spend a little bit extra time to find out why that person's like that, especially if you have a gut feeling that something really off about them, and getting to know them, it just, things don't add up. And that's the only way we can help each other. And that's the only way we can shift those things around and help other people find, a better place, a safer place, and a healthier place. That's it for now. I hope you guys get some, kind of, enlightenment from this, or it helps some of you guys are going through, hopefully not, circumstances that you don't know how to deal with. I just wanted to share my experience just in case you guys trying to figure things out too. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next episode.